What's up, everyone? Victoria here at popculture.com with another episode of Pop Culture at Home. And now I'm joined by the lovely and beautiful Vanessa Lachey. Vanessa, hello. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing well. You just look beautiful. You're shining over there, and you have a beautiful bouquet of flowers in the background and Rice Krispie treats next to you. And you're just...
No, it's so funny because I wanted to do something I'm in Nick's man cave right now. I feel he can kill me. I'm going to show you. Like his jerseys.
Oh, yeah. I was about to say it's decorated with flowers, so good for him.
No, I had to get some flowers. I was like, I need to zhuzh up the man cave. This is the only room I can come in where the kids can leave us alone. They don't come back here.
Yeah.
So Nick's got them right now. But
good.
but I sent them yesterday, and Nick was like, "Who's sending you flowers?" And I said, "Myself."
And you're like, myself?
I wanted to zhuzh up your room.
It's
for work.
That. Well, it looks absolutely beautiful along with you, girlfriend. First off, how are you doing this year? This has been a tough one for everyone. How are you guys managing?
Honestly, and we all have our own struggles and our own stories and different degrees of it. And for me, I've realized that having a 3, a 5, and a 7-year-old, while it's incredible in its own right, and I'm very lucky that I am blessed with 3 kids, it's also the hardest time to be in a quarantine situation because they're still emotionally figuring out how to be and how to handle things and how to cope and how to, understand everything. So it's been high highs and low lows, but again, most people, but to truly be optimistic and see the glass half full, I have had so many beautiful moments with my kids that I wouldn't trade in for the world. And for my marriage, it's been really incredible in the sense that it's really forced us to take our marriage and relationship to the next level.
Yeah.
We already, we've been together for 14 years and we've been married for 9, but we really had to communicate better. We had to be patient more. We had to have more empathy with the other person's feelings and understandings. And it's just overall been a learning experience. And once I knew it was that, and I was able to accept that, I was like, all right, let's do it. But for a while, I was just, like most people, what's happening? What's going on? I'm overwhelmed. So now I feel like I have a little bit of grip and a little bit of an understanding. And what I'm taking out of this is to be kinder to myself. It all starts with us. And if we're hard on ourselves, we're going to completely crumble in front of our spouse and our kids and our friends. And we have to be good to ourselves.
Well, yeah, and being in quarantine, you're with everyone, you know what I mean? Where do you get your me time? So trying to be that strong woman, strong wife, strong mom, everything, that's a lot. But the school year is starting, and with your 3 little babies at home, are they going back to school? I know that you've partnered with Rice Krispie treats, so you have something very excited in store, but just kind of tell us how that's panning out for you guys.
I do. And, the school year overall is just an uncertain time. Mm-hmm. You've got new teachers, you've got kids over the summer who have, changes, whether it's a physical change or an emotional change. There's a lot of uncertainty. So overall, the new school year is already kind of overwhelming for kids. And then to add on top of that, the uncertainty of not knowing what's going on for parents. Are we homeschooling? Are we going to on campus? Are we doing hybrid? What's going on? Am I supposed to be a kindergarten teacher? Am I supposed to get another iPad for my kid? How does my kid have an iPad? And then you just get to an alignment. And so what I love about this partnership is I'm really trying to talk to my girlfriends and to talk with you to help spread the word about trying not to get so overwhelmed. I know that's a lot easier said than done. I truly get that. But Kellogg has created this amazing kit, Love in Case of. And it is Rice Krispie treats. It's 12 treats in this kit that is $10. And for every kit purchased on kelloggstore.com, they will donate $20 to No Kid Hungry, which is up to 200 meals. So you're getting, and you're giving. And in this kit, I've tried to, with them, make it easy. We have some mock moments like the first tough test and the new routine rock star, teacher jitters. And they've given you some ideas of what you can rate, what you can say. But at the end of the day, it comes down to you and to what you speak from the heart. And Kellogg did a survey, and it was almost nearly 80% of kids said that they wanted handwritten notes from their parents, and they weren't getting that. I know, right? Could you imagine if your 7-year-old or your 10-year-old was like, I really want my mom, but they just don't say that. So what they've done is they've realized that there's a huge communication gap between parents and kids, especially in the back to school time, especially at the beginning of the day when they need to hear it. And they need that little bit of motivation and emotional confidence. So again, using these wrappers as a catalyst for that connection, but as a literal treat for them.
So you pair it with a nice treat too.
They get an emotional treat and they're like, oh, I got this from mom. Like, you're a math. I just wrote on Cam, you're a math whiz. He's like a little mathematician. And I love to say that to him when he feels proud. He's like, I am good at math. And then also he gets a great Rice Krispies treat. So I love that they are encouraging us to not be so overwhelmed and to take a deep breath and to know that we're all in this together and we can all use a little extra TLC, especially our children. And you can do it through a fun treat, literally.
Oh my God, this melts my heart. It actually makes me want to go hug my mom, because my mom actually used to write me handwritten notes when I was like in elementary school. And I used to think it was the easiest thing in the world. I was like, Mom, don't embarrass me like that. She's like,
would she write them like on napkins, right? Probably.
Write them on napkins. And then she would actually like tear off, just like a small little notepad. She's got notepads and pins everywhere. And she would just tear off a little piece and write me just like, have a good day, honey. Like,
yeah. And
I love that it breaks
now, honestly, she was like laying the foundation for giving you such emotional confidence, not to get like into the psyche of it, but this is why it's so important to me, because I really realized through this process that we've all been going through there's a lot of uncertainty, but at the end of the day, my kids will know that they're loved, that they're safe, that we are there for them. And anything that I can do to encourage that and reassure them of that, or tell another mommy like, hey, maybe we can all do it together. And at the end of the day, as far as like academics, we're all in the same boat. Yeah. We're all either going back or we're not, but we're all together. So let's not get overwhelmed with it. And let's take a step back to the simplicity of telling our kids how amazing they are.
I love that so much. Oh my God, that literally, my heart just melts. That's amazing. I love that. Okay, so Love is Blind.
Yes.
Unexpectedly, Vanessa fell in love with that show. Like,
I'm not kidding. I'll watch it. And then you're like,
we had every person in the newsroom like watching this show. Like, we had like a binge day where we just had that show on repeat. Did you ever expect that to be such a fan favorite? I mean, like, there are literally people saying that this is the new Bachelor and Bachelorette. Like, people want to watch that a little bit more.
Fingers crossed. You know what? When Nick and I first talked with Netflix and then talked with Chris at Kinetic, it's like his brainchild. Is that what I'm like the right? Do you not feel like you need to go to like camp on how to be social again, by the way?
Yes.
I'm having conversations and I'm like, that's not the phrase or word I'm thinking. Because we've just
learning our minds at this point.
Yeah. And our husband, I'm like, I'm sorry. It was his brainchild. See, I can't. His mastermind.
We get what we smell what you're cooking, girl. That's fine. It's fine.
And when they told us the idea, Nick and I were like so fascinated because it's so simple, it's so important. And what I mean by simple is they basically said you're developing an emotional relationship with somebody, and that will be the foundation for a lasting relationship. You're taking out the external factors, physicality, social media, money, work, family, friends, television. I'm like, oh, and you're actually falling in love with the person.
Yeah.
Like they did back in the day. You fell in love with the person. Mm-hmm. And so we're like, that seems so simple, but it is very complex. And when we were there, I was in the pod with the women, all the women in the pods. I talked to them after most of the big dates, and Nick talked to the guys after most of the big dates. We were there for 8 weeks. We went into their apartments together. We went on the romantic getaway with them. Like, we really got to know them.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, Nick and I would sit down together and we would talk with a bourbon, like an old married couple, about relationships and the progression and who we think's going to make it and why. And he was like, if the people watching the show are even an ounce as infatuated as we are right now, he's like, this is going to be a runaway hit. And he was right. He saw it. We were so invested. You know what I mean? That's the thing, is you get so invested. It's not catty. It's not trying to be malicious. It truly is like following this fascinating, simple theory of having an emotional connection with another human being.
Yeah.
And falling in love. I mean, we all want to be loved for who we are, not everything else.
I know. Well, I was going to say there's psychology that's behind that. And like, if you really think about it, like you said, it's so simple, but it's so foreign to us today because we're so invested in other things, social media, technology, other, and
Literally
so
called it like we're like the swipe generation. You know what I mean? Where it's like, don't like how you look, don't like how you look, don't like how you look, don't like. I mean, there's zero. What if that person? Because I don't know if I saw a picture. I mean, I used to say I don't want guys with tattoos. Like my husband has tattoo. One of them was a 98 degrees tattoo. Like that was so short-minded of me because why? Did I think that I knew what the guy with tattoos was? Did I think, or I don't want a guy who's shorter than me. Why? What if he's everything and then some, like all that in a bag of chips? And because he's a little shorter than you, you never gave him a chance. Like it's really short-minded of us when we let all of that external factors creep in. And I think that it's why people are lacking relationships and they're lacking connection in relationships. Yep. And so when you take that away and you force yourself to truly ask these questions, I feel like it was prepping people for quarantine, by the way.
I was about to say the same thing.
Right?
I mean, little did we know at the time. Little did we know. I mean, well, and success came out of that show too. I mean, we're seeing couples that are still together today. I cannot wait for the next season. You have no idea. I'm all about this show.
More coming up.
Do you want to say it again?
There's 2 more seasons coming up.
Between Rice Krispie treats and that news right there, you have made my entire month, girlfriend. Okay, listen.
We have time for one more question.
Yes, I was going to say, I don't want to keep your time. Really quick, what is next for you? I know that this is a very uncertain year, but what is next for you?
You know, honestly, like I'm actually leaving Saturday to go film a Christmas movie. Every year I do a holiday movie, and it really is like it's one of those moments that it's like I got to do this, and I love Christmas, I love holidays, and I leave Saturday, but for some reason it's making me really sad. Like I know that look, I'm going to keep it real. I feel like parents are like, can we get back to school? Can we just get our kids out of the house? Because I have an end date, and what I mean by that is Saturday, I'm going to go and I'm going to film for 3 weeks. It's actually bittersweet to me, and I'm having a hard time with it. And I was actually watching Mel Robbins this morning on Instagram, and she's like, my adult children, they're all in college, are leaving. They've been quarantined for 5 months. And she's like, I don't think I really appreciated this process enough. And so she's encouraging us. And it's back to this. It's about what have we learned in this process? And how can I tell you how incredible you are and let you know that I mean it? And I'm never going to get this time with my kids again. And if I really take it in and appreciate it for what it is, I think that we can all find the silver lining in this and what we've learned and how we can move forward in a positive, emotional way with our family to conquer whatever's happening out there. Because there's a lot of uncertainty. But what we do know is how we can make each other feel in our hearts with our family. And that is in our control. Yeah. So I do the movie, and then I'm going to come back and to your point, who knows? I might be a kindergarten and 2nd grade teacher.
Yeah, well.
I'd be carpooling them back. I've already signed up to be room mom. I said to myself, I was never going to be room mom, ever. And after Camden's first 3 years, 2 years, kindergarten first, I was like, I have to be room mom, because room moms get to do so much more, and they get to be there for more things. They get to go on the field trips. They get to be there for the holidays. So I'm going to be Brooklyn's room mom.
I love that.
That's where I'm at. I got my hair. I'm a room mom. And that's it. And I'm turning 40 this year. Like, it's a big year. Good Lord.
Well, happy birthday to you. You don't look 40. Good Lord. If I look like that at 40, I feel like I'm doing something right in life. So listen, I think you are absolutely amazing. I love,
you're so sweet.
You just seem like the most amazing mom and the most amazing human. I every time I get to interview you, I love it. So thank you so much for your time. And I wish.
Thank you so much for saying those kind things. I really just hope you're doing it right. So
yes.
Thank you.
Of course. Well, listen, I wish you and your sweet family a happy rest of your 2020. And thank you so much, everyone. For more on Vanessa, Lachey, and your other favorite celebrities, make sure you keep it right here at popculture.com.